Hi everyone, welcome back to the Wild Center. My name is Chelsea and today I'm joined by Vega, an American Kestrel, which is a type of falcon. And Vega here is going to help me observe some animal behavior. And I hope that you all are going to come along for the ride too. So, why do we observe animal behavior? Here at the Wild Center for the animal care staff, which I'm a part of, observing animal behavior is the basis of everything we do. Our animals can't talk to us, but we still want to include them in the choices we make about their care. So the way that we can give our animals a voice is by observing their behavior and listening to it. So, for example, I'm going to move a little bit, and I would guess Vega, her feathers are going to kind of tuck in because she might become a little nervous. And I would guess that as she relaxes, you're going to see her feathers right in her belly there start to fluff up. Now, if you were on for the first few minutes of the stream, you saw that all of Vega's feathers slowly rose up and then she shook them off. That's a behavior that we at the Wild Center love to see with our birds. It's called a rouse. And it's essentially like going home at the end of a long day, stretching out and flopping down on your couch. It's relaxing. And so the fact that Vega roused really quickly shows me that she is pretty content. Again, you can start to see those feathers at her belly. They're beginning to fluff out quite a bit. So, as I said, we use animal behavior and the things that our animals are doing to help inform us about what they're feeling and how they're reacting to their environment. So you might be observing right now that Vega is looking around a ton. So you can see how her head is moving almost constantly. Now that's a pretty normal behavior for an American Kestrel, and especially for Vega. Vega can be a little bit more of a nervous bird. So there's that relaxing behavior again. Does anybody remember what it was called? All those feathers fluffing slowly up and then plopping down. Again, it's a good sign that Vega's doing that. So that behavior is called a rouse. Now, like I was saying, Vega is a pretty nervous bird, and we do a lot of things to work through that with her. So bringing her to new places where she is safe and has the time to adjust, like what she's doing right now. Vega's looking all around, but because she's still doing those rousing behaviors, because her feathers are pretty relaxed right now, we can tell from the overall picture of her behavior that right now she's not very stressed. And so Vega seems to be pretty comfortable in this place, which is actually an area she hasn't spent a whole lot of time before. If you've been to the Wild Center, where we are right now is actually behind our Planet Adirondack space. So behind that big glowing sphere, there's actually a room, which is where Vega and I are hanging out. Now, Vega is just glancing around and checking everything out. But you all might be noticing that every so often, she stares straight into the camera. Now, not to burst your bubble, but I would guess that Vega is looking a little bit more at me than you. Just like that. Almost like we have it on cue. So I think Vega, of course I can't know for sure, but based on her reaction, and even there, I don't know if you noticed she looked off camera to the right and down a little bit, I moved my right hand, the hand that she's not sitting on. So if I move it again, that time she didn't seem to care. But initially, she looked. Now, why would Vega care about looking at my face or about looking at my right hand when it moves? Vega and I are actually pretty close partners. She isn't an educational ambassador like a lot of the other animals here at the Wild Center. Instead, she's actually a falconry bird, so she and I go out and hunt together, so we need to be very in tune with each other's behavior to be successful. I need to see what Vega's looking at so that she can warn me of predators or prey items that she might be going after, And she needs to be looking at me because I might give her directions, I might flush some game, some prey for her, or I might ask her to come back to me and to give her a treat, which normally those treats come from my right hand. So for Vega, looking at that right hand is very, very good. Now, if you all just saw Vega looking and kind of running her feathers through her beak, that's another really, really nice behavior that we love to see from our birds here at the Wild Center. It's called preening, and it's essentially a bird cleaning their feathers and getting them into place, which is really important for them to keep their feathers in good shape so that they can fly efficiently. And so Vega's doing it right now. She's doing that preening, followed by a rouse. So in the bigger context of her behavior, Vega wouldn't be preening if she was very scared, because she has to kind of turn her head around and she's not really paying attention. Usually her eyes are closed so they don't get feathers in it. And I like to compare it to, I wouldn't be brushing my hair if I was looking at a mountain lion. So usually birds only preen when they're very, very comfortable. So we have learned about quite a few bird behaviors so far. So we've learned about the rouse, when Vega fluffs up her feathers and then shakes them out. We've learned about preening, which is when she cleans. We've talked about her looking around and what that means. And Vega actually just did another behavior that I love to see. We're going to see if I can get her. There you go. So does anybody notice how Vega's standing right now? Right now, she's on one foot, and she's gonna start preening her leg feathers. So when birds are extremely comfortable, they'll often tuck one foot up and kind of just cozy it in. Now, you might notice there's a little string coming off of Vega's leg that she is showing off right now. That is a piece of equipment called a jess. So the room that we're in isn't quite safe for Vega to be flying around in. So that jess is attached to a long leash that's attached to my glove. And that's just in case something were to really scare Vega. We don't want her to fly into an area where she might get hurt. As a hunting bird, she absolutely does get the opportunity to fly, and when she's hunting, she's actually flying outside without a leash, so she could go anywhere in the world. But because we're so in tune with each other's behavior, Vega has so far always chosen to come back to me. But that equipment, while we're inside, is just a safety device, and you can see it's just kind of dangling there. I'm not actually even holding it right now. That's how comfortable Vega is here. And you can see, like I said initially, those belly feathers have fluffed right up. So this is a live stream currently. You all are watching Vega the American Kestrel, which is a species of falcon, and we have been discussing her behavior. Now, if there are any behaviors that you all are noticing, whether I've gone over them or not, or just things that you're seeing and you want to know what they potentially mean, feel free to put them into the chat. This is live and will be on for at least another couple of minutes. And if you are noticing any behaviors, I would love to try to interpret them to you from someone who works with Vega every single day. And I see that Lynn said that Vega is beautiful. I agree. She has some gorgeous colorations. Her back is a beautiful rusty reddish orange color with black stripes. She has some gorgeous blue-gray feathers on her helmet and a lot of different patterns. She's got those stripes on her back, on her wings. Her breast is kind of mottled cream and dark brown. American kestrels are some of the most beautiful birds that we have in all of North America. In my humble opinion, the females have lots of patterns, but the males, believe it or not, are actually even more beautiful, which is pretty crazy. They have a lot more colors. Thank you all so much for being on this stream. I do really appreciate it. I can see that we still have quite a few people with me watching, and I can see as you all are reacting to this comment live, I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up, a lot of hearts. Thank you guys, and thank you all for helping me. Like I said, Vega here is a little bit of a nervous bird, and so sometimes I, as her trainer, actually am afraid or hesitant to take her new places because I'm worried that she would be too nervous and that she wouldn't like it. So you all helped me get out of my comfort zone and bring Vega somewhere I thought would be out of her comfort zone, but the fact that she has now tucked the other foot and is puffed up almost like a cotton ball shows that Vega is very, very comfortable indeed. And so you all helped me make sure that she had a really good day today, that she got to experience somewhere new without it being stressful. And because we've been looking and interpreting at her behavior, I can feel confident when I say that I think that this was a very positive experience for Vega and that she would do it again. So, again, thank you all. I really appreciate you joining us today, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Hopefully we'll see you soon here at the Wild Center.